Assalamualaikum to Puan Rafiza and Dr. Animaslina. In this video, my group will present about refurbishment and maintenance in high-rise building. I will start with the introduction about refurbishment and maintenance. Refurbishment is executed at the end of the service life of the building in terms to improve the facilities and the building lifespan. It's also allowed modernization of the structure or new sustainable design to the building. For maintenance, building maintenance is a combination of technical and administration action to ensure the items and elements in the building is an acceptable standard to perform their required function.
For the case study, we have choose two buildings for this assignment. Number 1 is Complex Tun Abdul Razak Komta Tower in Georgetown, Pulau Pinang. And number 2, Campbell Shopping Complex in Jalan Dangwangi, Kuala Lumpur. Both of these buildings has been through a fire burning incident, and Komta Tower considered as the worst burning incident for high-rise building in Malaysia. This particular building has been through a refurbishment process for a few years after the fire incident.
Next is the strategy for refurbishment. So the first step is to conduct an investigation to know the current building condition. The second step is to do the liquidating studies to know all the defects that are present. The third step is to do the method statement based on the liquidating studies that are carried out before. And the last step is to apply permit from local authorities to continue with the refurbishment work.
I will proceed with the defect and deterioration of the building. Building defect is one of the major components of building problems that significantly needed attention. High-rise building fires are kind of a risk event which are threatened to life and property of people. First, heating of concrete due to fire may result in a variety of structural changes like cracking, spalling, debonding of aggregate and rebar, expansion, and chemical changes such as discoloration, dehydration, and dissociation. Next, reinforcement steel is used as reinforcement in concrete to make the structure become stronger. Unfortunately, the strength of steel reinforcement in concrete will decrease when the steel will exposed to fire. The effect of fire to steel work and steel reinforcement consists of reduction in physical properties, distortion, axial shortening of column, and buckling. In addition, damage of fire to stone or brick masonry depending on the type of the brick. Damage of brick usually can be observed by the color change of the brick. Lastly, the fire will damage and cause deterioration to the assets of the building, like the elevators, air conditioning, plumbing, and others. Other than that, the building interior will also be damaged by the fire outbreak. For example, doors, windows, furniture, and others.
For refurbishment policies, there are two parts, which is building interior and also exterior envelope building. For building interior, there are 5 components involved, which is first is hardware, door and windows. Second is about floor, wall and ceiling finishes. Third is stationary furniture. Fourth is notice board and directory. And the last one is upgrading of electrical system and mechanical system. Next, the component involved in the exterior building envelope, which is still have 5 items. First is landscaping and urban furniture. Second is caulking of window and doors. Third is cleaning of wall and repairing of masonry. Fourth is street, sidewalk, sewer and water supply system. And the last one is roof and cramping.
Today, I want to talk about refurbishment type and technique. For Komta Tower, Komta building use partial refurbishment type, which is certain part of the subspaces of the building will be changed. There are various types of refurbishment work. So, I want to explain about the refurbishment work that have been done for Komta Tower. The refurbishment work that have been done for Komta Tower, which are upgrading, renovation, modification, conversion, and modernization. For renovation and upgrading work, in 2013, a major renovation project was launched to revise Komta Commons, which included the installation of 3 high-speed bubble lift, the addition of 3 more levels, and the refurbishment of several floors to create high-end commercial and recreational space.
Building maintenance organizational chart are different according to types of the building. For our case study is a high-rise building. The leader of the chart is maintenance superintendent and assistant is engineering assist. And below them, there are facilities foreman, foreman shop maintenance, foreman planning and scheduling, foreman engineering, and lastly is field foreman. Every position have their own scope of work. The number of workers depend on how high the building.
Next, the building will be implementing a maintenance strategy of preventative maintenance. Planned preventative maintenance, PPM, is the process of using a strategic plan to replace things before they fail, as opposed to correcting them after they failed. It is a maintenance that is regularly performed on a piece of equipment to lessen the likelihood of it failing. The preventative maintenance will be scheduled on a time-based preventative maintenance rigor, which all of the critical piece of equipment that would severely impact production in the event of breakdown will be regularly inspected. An asset is scheduled for maintenance on a predetermined schedule, such as the first of every month or every 14 days. When the time arrives, a maintenance work order is triggered. A technician is alerted and the maintenance task is completed. By using time triggers, small problems can be caught and fixed before they grow into bigger ones and lead to costly equipment failure. Other than that, preventative maintenance will also be scheduled based on usage-based trigger, which an asset requires maintenance after operating at a certain output. It will fire after a certain amount of kilometers, hours, or production cycle. For example, an elevator spout might be scheduled for service every 300,000 cycles.
The main maintenance policy sector and program. Number 1, ventilation and air conditioning sector. Air conditioning sector have to provide a comfortable environment for the occupant and make sure ventilation systems are fully functional. This is to generate smoke from the building during fire incident. After that, mechanical and electrical sector. Mechanical and electrical sector have to make sure bomber lifts are fully functional and all the switches in the building are in good condition to prevent a short circuit. After that is housekeeping program. Housekeeping program is to make sure all the especially emergency road are not obstructed from the inappropriate object, especially the emergency road. And after that, lastly, fire safety system sector. Fire safety system sector have to make sure all the fire safety equipment in a good condition and fully functional. For example, the smoke detector, sprinkler, and fire alarm panel. This is very important to prevent and to detect the fire incident during it is happened.
Next is the strategic approach for maintenance management. The first step is to study the building's blueprint to know all the existing utilities, system, and landscape. The second step is we choose planned maintenance because we need to maintain the building for long-term preservation. The third step is we need 3 key manpower, which is the first one is the maintenance supervisor, the second one is the maintenance technicians, and the third one is the housekeepers. And lastly, a 10-year planned maintenance program schedule is prepared for the building maintenance.
In conclusion, rapid changes of technology use, change in building use, and economic change shall be factors that induce the development of refurbishment work. Moreover, it is not possible to replace or rebuild all the building at one time. The value of a building decreases unless maintenance is carried out on the building. Maintenance works are the only way to maintain and increase the value of the property. Thank you.